You find a caffeinated financial expert online. He stands before a rented sports car, pointing a neon arrow at a stock chart, telling you with absolute certainty to buy. What if you do the exact opposite? If he says buy, you click sell. If he says the rocket is launching, you bet on gravity. You take the sacred teachings of the financial elite and throw them in the trash. You would logically go bankrupt. The industry wants you to think this. They need you to believe predicting the future is the only way to survive. They sell courses and secret Discord servers built on the premise that drawing colorful lines makes the universe surrender its wealth. They demand the perfect entry point. We are shattering that expectation. I built a software bot with the worst strategy ever conceived. I call it the Ghost. Its only job is to watch incredibly confident retail traders and do the exact opposite. We fed the Ghost a universally respected trading setup, the kind so perfect it whispers sweet promises. A beautiful trendline breakout, meeting a moving average crossover. The absolute pinnacle of technical analysis. The chart screams buy. A normal person learning to trade is not stupid. They are exhausted. Sitting in a gray office chair, trading a sliver of their lunch break to escape a life of continuous disappointment. They want to pay off their car and sleep without staring at the ceiling. Seeing this perfect setup, they act rationally. They follow the rules. They buy. The Ghost processes this undeniable logic and hits sell. It trades straight into the perfect setup. We ran this simulation for a year. The bot actively tried to be wrong. It succeeded. It failed with the consistency of a broken clock currently on fire. It was factually incorrect 65% of the time. Yet, at year's end, the account compounded into a massive, aggressive profit. The Ghost beat the human. To understand how a machine that is constantly wrong makes money, we must look at how money actually moves. We must expose the lie of the entry signal. Two traders sit at the same desk, watching the same market, at the exact same second. Trader A clicks buy. Trader B clicks sell. 30 days later, both extract profit from that exact same market. Market direction is an illusion. You do not need to know where price is going. You only need to know how much damage you take when you are inevitably wrong. This brings us to the only math that matters. A deeply boring, ignored framework break-even traders use to quietly become wealthy while everyone else screams at their monitors. It is the 1% armor. When a rational human trades a small account, they fight a war against their biology. Risking 1% of $500 means risking $5. $5 does not buy freedom. It barely buys a sad coffee and a pastry made of regret. Sitting at a computer for 3 hours to make $7 feels pointless. So the human makes a logical choice. They risk $50, 10%. They want the dopamine. They want to feel forward motion. The soulless market naturally moves against them. The perfect setup fails. The human loses 10% of their net worth in 4 minutes. Their heart beats like a hummingbird on espresso. Panic sets in. They immediately trade again, risking 20% because logic has left and desperation is driving. The account dies shortly after. The Ghost bot has no dopamine receptors. It has no dreams of buying a boat. It just has the 1% rule. When the Ghost takes its inverted trade, it mathematically locks its maximum loss at exactly 1%. On a $1,000 account, it risks $10, not 11, not 9, 10. When the trade inevitably fails, the bot loses 1%. A microscopic digital paper cut. The bot does not panic or seek revenge. It simply waits for the next terrible setup and risks another 1%. The human lost everything in 5 trades. The bot can lose 65 times and still keep firing into the dark. Surviving is not getting rich. How does a bot that constantly loses generate wealth? Asymmetric rescue. Financial markets are chaotic, manipulated by massive institutions and driven by collective panic. Because of this chaos, the bot occasionally wins by accident. Smart money makes a mistake, or news violently pushes the price the wrong way. The bot, having placed a terrible trade, suddenly swims in accidental profit. Here the second mathematical layer kicks in. The bot is incredibly stupid, but fiercely stubborn. It never takes a profit unless it is twice the size of its risk, a strict 1-to-2 ratio. If it risks $10, it refuses to close until it makes 20. Imagine a week for the ghost. 5 trades. It loses the first, down 1%, loses the second, down 2%, loses the third, down 3%. A human would be sweating heavily, questioning their fundamental worth as a living creature. The bot feels nothing. On the 4th trade, it wins. Thanks to the 1-to-2 ratio, that single win generates a 2% profit. Suddenly, the account is only down 1%. On the 5th trade, another win by sheer dumb luck, 2% more. The week ends. 5 trades. Completely wrong, 60% of the time. Yet, the account sits in profit. It lost more often than it won, but the green blocks were mathematically twice as heavy as the red. A single lucky win erased the tragedy of multiple bad decisions. Win rate is a vanity metric. 12 years of education punish you for guessing incorrectly. A 35% on a math test fails the class. A 35% win rate in corporate sales gets you escorted from the building. We are culturally conditioned to believe we must constantly be right to survive. Trading is the exact opposite. With a 35% win rate in financial markets and strict downside control, you eventually buy the school. You are not paid to be a psychic. You are paid to be a risk manager. This is why analytical people fail at trading. They apply school logic to casino math. They think they need an 80% win rate. They spend thousands of hours decoding a secret candlestick language that does not exist. They are trying to solve a math problem using poetry. When I worked as a prop firm data analyst, I had unrestricted access to the back-end servers. I analyzed the raw data of thousands of consistently funded traders to find the exact mathematical difference between the 1% who get huge payouts and the 99% who blow their accounts. I took all that classified data and put it into my new book. It gives you 3 massive advantages. Here is exactly what you get inside. First, the unrestricted server data. I lay out the exact number of pairs the top 4,000 traders trade, their trading frequency, their win rate, their risk to reward, their daily loss limits, their trade duration, their profit factor, and more. Second, mechanical control strategies. This book gives you practical, step-by-step rules to physically force patience, control fear, and stop overtrading dead in its tracks. And third, the step-by-step survival guide. You get the exact mindset shifts the top 1% use to survive drawdowns, written in clear, easy-to-read lessons you can apply to your next trade. It is time to mechanize your mind and take what is yours. Grab your copy of the book through the link in the description right now. But making a few dollars here and there does not explain the massive wealth the bot generated. To understand the magic, we must look at the silent engine in the background, the reality of exponential compounding. The human brain is terrible at compounding. We think in straight lines. 1 + 1 is 2. Compounding is not a straight line. It is a flat, terribly boring road that suddenly bends straight up into the atmosphere. Starting with $10,000, 1% risk is $100. A win makes $200. For 3 months, growth is agonizing. 10,000 becomes 10,500. It feels like watching a tree grow in real time. This is the exact moment the human fails. The human gets bored. Making a few $100s a month feels pathetic when internet teenagers claim 50,000 a day on a phone app. Feeling inadequate, the human abandons the 1% rule, risks half their account on a dog-themed coin, and ruins their life. The bot does not get bored. It recalculates. When the account hits $15,000, the bot doesn't get arrogant or follow gurus. It still strictly risks 1%, but 1% of $15,000 is $150. Without getting smarter or finding better indicators, the bot risks more money. When it wins, it makes $300 instead of $200. Months later, the account crosses $20,000. The bot still blindly loses most trades, but now Its 1% risk is $200. Its winners are 400. The dollar amounts scale automatically. The physical cash becomes massive, but psychological pressure remains zero. The relative risk is identical. A 1% loss feels exactly the same at $10,000 or $1 million. By year's end, a single accidental win generates over $1,000. The strategy never changed. The win rate never improved. Market direction remained a mystery. Wealth accumulated strictly because the math was given time to breathe. This is the mathematics of boredom. If you want entertainment, go to the cinema. For adrenaline, jump from an airplane. To generate wealth, you must embrace the profound, crushing boredom of mathematical discipline. True wealth generation is dull. Gurus aren't rich from magic lines. Strip away the marketing, rented cars, and aggressive pointing, and you find a quiet truth. Elite professionals use the exact same back-end math as our clueless ghost bot. They know any strategy faces terrible losing streaks. Yesterday's indicator will absolutely fail tomorrow. A genius risking emotional amounts of 5% here and 8% there will face total account ruin over a long enough timeline. Probability guarantees it. A completely clueless bot, blindly pressing buttons but adhering to 1% compounding risk, outlives them every time. You did not fail at trading because you are bad at reading charts. You failed by playing the wrong game, trying to predict the unpredictable instead of managing the unavoidable. You tried to be a prophet in a world that only rewards accountants. The day you stop caring where the market goes is the day you see where your money leaks. Stop calculating potential profits. Start calculating your exact point of ruin. Stop targeting dollars. Start targeting percentages. Let the math do the heavy lifting. You can be wrong. You can be confused. You can be the worst analyst on the planet. With the right armor, you still win. But knowing this math and surviving it are different things. Right now, you feel mildly enlightened. You've discovered a secret doorway in a room you've been trapped in for years. You tell yourself tomorrow you will be the ghost bot. You will calculate your exact 1% risk and execute with the emotional detachment of a stone pillar. Then Tuesday morning arrives. First trade, 1% risk, you lose, it is fine. Second trade, you lose again. Third trade, a third loss. Down 3%. Mathematically, you are perfectly safe with 97% of your ammunition left, barely scratched. Psychologically, your brain is on fire. The human mind cannot tolerate a 100% failure rate, even if the financial damage is microscopic. Biology does not care about spreadsheets. Your ancestors survived by recognizing jungle patterns, and the pattern your brain currently sees is bleeding to death in front of a glowing rectangle. So you do what every normal, intelligent human does. You negotiate. You tell yourself the fourth trade is guaranteed. The market owes you a reversal. To make up the 3%, you risk 4% on the next trade. Just this once. Just to break even. You break the rule. The market moves against you. You lose. Down 7% in a single morning. The stone pillar has crumbled. You are no longer trading. You are playing a very sad, very expensive video game. This is the hidden flaw in the 1% rule. It requires you to act like a spreadsheet with a pulse, sitting in a chair, losing money repeatedly, feeling absolutely nothing. The modern financial industry is built to exploit your inability to do this. Look at proprietary trading firms. They promise $100,000 of their money if you pass a simple test. Just make 10% profit before losing 5% in a single day. It sounds incredibly fair, a lifeline for small accounts. It is actually a mathematically flawless trap. These firms know humans want to pass fast. Seeing the fake $100,000, they imagine a new life. To make 10% quickly, they risk 2% per trade. In a chaotic market, a standard losing streak is 5 trades. It happens to the best strategies. Risking 2% and losing 5 times means you are down 10%. You violated the daily limit. They take your account and keep your fee. You failed not by being a bad trader, but by being aggressive inside a system designed to punish aggression. The ghost bot takes the exact same test. It looks at the daily 5% limit. It does not care about passing quickly. It has nowhere to be. To survive a disastrous 10-trade losing streak, it calculates it can only risk 0.5% per trade. It enters the market, takes terrible entries, goes on a brutal 6-trade losing streak. Wrong all week. But risking 0.5% means it is only down 3%. Still alive. It waits for chaos to provide an accidental win. When it arrives, the 1-to-2 ratio pulls the account back up. The bot passes slowly, methodically, and painfully. It secures the funding. The industry does not want you trading like this. It profits on your impatience. Return to our caffeinated expert with the rented sports car. Look at his actual business model. Why is he wealthy if his signals are a coin flip? He is wealthy because he sells the feeling of certainty in an uncertain world. Telling you to buy, he speaks with absolute authority. Using complex words and golden ratios, he makes you feel safe following his arrow. Behind the camera, in his personal account, he acts exactly like the ghost bot. He knows his signal might fail in a chaotic market. When he trades, he quietly, strictly risks exactly 1% of his massive account. He sells the signal to you. Desperate for a win, you risk 20% of your tiny account on his advice. The market moves against the signal. The trade fails. The expert loses 1%. He barely notices and goes to lunch. You lose 20%. Devastated, staring at a screen until your eyes burn, you wonder what you did wrong. You did nothing wrong technically. You simply brought a human heart to a math fight. You acted like a drunk tourist, throwing chips because you felt lucky. The expert acted like the house. The house does not care about red or black. It only cares that table limits are enforced. Casinos survive by managing risk. Becoming a wealthy break-even trader requires a brutal psychological shift. You must kill the part of you craving excitement. You want the chart to validate your existence, providing the thrill of a casino, the rush of a chase, and the security of an aristocrat, all between 9 and 11 in the morning. The market provides none of this. It only provides data. Up, down, open, close. A completely neutral environment. Your anxiety, excitement, and fear are entirely manufactured inside your head. Adopting the 1% rule makes trading incredibly lonely. You stop talking about it at dinner parties. There is nothing to say. You cannot brag about a microscopic win or complain about a microscopic loss. You simply become someone who occasionally clicks a button and goes to do laundry. Your account grows silently in the background. It takes months to see real progress. You watch others online claim easy, overnight victory. You ignore them. You sit there, silently managing risk, completely detached from the noise. You let the math work.